Hello people of YouTube, it's Deepak here, and welcome to the DCS news for the 16th of August 2025. I hope you all enjoyed that, my most recent video all about the A10C2 tank killer. That was all about how to drop unguided bombs, or dumb bombs as some people like to call them, but I don't like to be disparaging. We'll call them unguided. And next week, I guess we'll probably take on something like the Maverick. That's probably a sensible thing to go for next. Welcome to the stream, Tea Kettle Barbecue, Tricker, you are indeed on time, Beef Supreme, Angelo, Orleans Junkie, Tech Gaming 45, Icarus I, welcome, Indie Navy, Tog, welcome, Mr. Yeti, Pink Floyd, hey. Welcome everybody to the stream. Good to have you aboard. And also we will say hello at this time to the one and only John Bluer. Hello, sir.
Hello. How you doing, mate? It's always funny when we do this. It's as if we haven't just been speaking for 20 minutes.
yeah, exactly. I have no idea who this guy is. I'm going to press the button and bring him in.
Lovely to see you, yes.
Yeah, marvellous. Absolutely marvellous. Golden GNU, he's calling us all DCS nerds and then saluting us.
Yep,
that's accurate. So yeah, good to see you all. And yes, there's been some exciting bits and bobs. We have a newsletter, we have a DCS update, and we have a video from Wags with updates, which is very exciting. Byron Farrow is with us. He's at a bar. Oh wow, fantastic. Well, you know, that's dedication, I tell you. So, yeah, let's jump into the newsletter that we have for this week. We've got Juice UK, who looks like he has the exact same profile picture as Icarus I. That's exciting.
Yeah.
Did you have a feed, John?
I did. I had a bit of food earlier, so that's what I think he's referring to. Did I have a feed? I hope that's what he's referring to. I don't know if he's talking about something else a bit more weird.
Welcome to the stream, Colin Kelly. And Togs playing with RimWorld. Fantastic. Absolutely brilliant. Okay, let's jump into the Eagle Dynamics newsletter as we often do. We are pleased to bring you our latest update that includes a wide range of improvements and fixes across the DCS core, aircraft and map modules. From refined AI behavior and weapon adjustments to very substantial improvements to the Afghanistan map. This update represents another step towards delivering the most authentic and immersive combat flight simulation possible. You can find the full changelog information here. We will actually take a quick look at that a bit later. Oh, okay, Juice UK changed their name.
Oh, that's why. That's really creepy if you just happen to have the exact same screen. I thought, because sometimes they give you like a default one, don't they? I think it's usually just like your first letter or something in your name. So I was like, he's got the same eye. It's really creepy.
They're multiplying.
Yeah.
And also we've got the Currenthill assets pack, which is really exciting. Like this is probably well, there's been a lot of really cool things that ED have done recently, but I think this is one of the coolest ones. DTC obviously being number one.
You are a complete. Yeah, the DTC is your thing.
Yes.
Every time it's mentioned, you do the purple drapes scream that Flanders does. DTC.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Oh wow, okay, so this is a picture of Juice UK's actual eye.
This is actual eye.
His very own eye.
Yeah.
Fantastic. But yeah, we did have a big DCS update drop recently. I hope your SSDs and hard drives were prepared. Yeah. Anyway, DCS core updates. Core AI logic has been improved for both air and ground units. Fixed aircraft AI issues include the F4U-1D's zero fuel behavior, improved group rocket attacks, tuned heavy aircraft landing angle of attack errors, and aerial refueling improvements. AI fighters using semi-active homing missiles will now respect radar gimbal limits. I like that. That's good. Yeah. Oh wow, yeah, You're completely outside of my radar's field of view, but I'm still getting you because I'm the AI.
I bet stuff like that creeps in all the time. I always think all of these things, it's whack-a-mole, and you change one thing, something else pops up somewhere else. So that's what I always think with these, especially the missiles. It always seems to be something that's a bit of a sticking point.
Oh, yeah. Well, these are so complex, the code that simulates these things.
Yeah.
Welcome to the stream, Leo Netzel, Osprey, and Jeff. A very auspicious name. I'm a fan of the JF-17. Okay, so yeah, the radar gimbal limits. Helicopter traffic jams when landing at Jalalabad AB have been resolved. I like that it's one specific airfield.
It's a weird one. It's a weird bug.
Ground AI targeting algorithms for the SA-11, SA-2, and SA-3 launchers have also been refined. SAM sites now rearm correctly, and collisions between ground units and parked aircraft have been addressed. Tunguska missile accuracy has also been improved. The mission editor gained a search bar for unit lists to assist when creating missions. Oh, what? Oh my god. We have so many mission files in VAF that are like hundreds of units, and I go into that unit view and I have to use the filters, so I'll be like, it's a friendly surface vessel, and then I still have to scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll. So
is it like Guess Who? He's got glasses on, he's blonde, and you have to just flick through it. It's that one.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. So having a search bar on that that's some quality of life right there.
It's really good.
Range rings for ground units now respect the hide unit settings. Weapon updates include speed limitations, aerodynamic tuning for the AGM-84 variants, seeker logic improvements for the AGM-88C, and corrected mass and drag parameters for various ordnance. Additional bomb skins expand visual variety, and proximity fuse logic based on battery power has been corrected. The SNAB rocket effectiveness has been increased. I will say, and I think this probably happened a little while ago, but they were talking about the fragmentation model and such. If you watched my tutorial just before this stream where I was dropping bombs in the A10, and if not, why not? Then you would note that I dropped 2 bombs. They landed not directly on any of the vehicles, and out of a group of 4 vehicles, I think 3 were immediately destroyed. So I can straight away see a difference in the damage model in the way that they're simulating this. It's very, very nice.
It's definitely been a point of contention for a while, and I think to see rockets and the bombs kind of massively improved is so much better, because you get to the stage after a while where especially if you're on a multiplayer server, or even if you're just doing something where you're single player but you kind of can really choose your loadout, you get to the point where you're like, well, why would I even bother carrying dumb weapons when I can just put tank plink with the LGBs or GBUs? If I why would I even take rockets a lot of the time? Like I've had that, especially in helicopters. It's like, I'd love to take rockets. They're fun. They're great when you launch them off, but they don't seem to do anything. Seeing this massive improvement now is really, really cool. I'd like to see stuff like, we've talked about this before, where if you get like a near miss, or even if you've got like an underpowered rocket for the target, stuff like tracking like a tank, or taking out sensors, or even with like stuff like 30 mil or whatever, even if you can't kill it, you can disable it. So this is such a always with stuff like this, I'm massively stoked on it. I'm also, like you said, I don't use the mission editor much, but just seeing that there's functionality for people to make stuff in the mission editor and to find things easier and stuff, it's like quality of life stuff I way prefer to see. So that's really cool.
This is super good. I'm very, very happy about this.
Yeah.
Welcome to stream, Dirk G, Traden. And Juice UK saying the SNAB update means you don't have to sniper soft targets with the gas.
Yeah, good old gas.
Marvelous. I'm also very interested in this proximity fuse logic based on battery power has been corrected. Like, I like the idea that if you do a really long shot, by the time your missile gets to the target, the proximity fuse might be out of battery or low battery. That's a really cool idea.
That is really interesting. Yeah. No, because I know I'm going to probably make some people very angry here, but by pointing this issue out. But the one of the issues of the sidearm, I love the sidearm, by the way, it's so much fun to use. But it is a little bit OP, I think, if I remember rightly, because it's only got like a 40-second battery, I think, on it. And so I think you can launch it. You can yeet it quite far, and it definitely travels for more than 40 seconds.
Yes.
So yeah, it's a little bit OP in that respect. I think also the sidearm, you have to program it a bit like a Shrike. I think it is multi-programmable, but you have to load into it. Like you can only pick certain bands that you want it to use, if I remember rightly. So
that was
again,
my understanding,
yeah, and so it's still, again, with that, it's slightly over OP.
Luckily, in game, it is offset by the fact that its warhead is tiny.
Yeah.
If you're just hitting a radar, fair enough, you'll probably take it out. But for things like Tor and so on, where it's basically an armored vehicle, you're not going to have much luck.
No, exactly.
Nice. What's the surveillance mode in the F-18? People are saying you can launch AMRAAMs without a radar lock. Correct. This is very, very nice. This is a feature of the MSI system in the Hornet. I'll almost certainly do a video on this at some point soon. Speaking of which, I completely forgot. I do have a bonus video today. So go ahead and smash that like button, or like that smash button, as the case may be. And once we hit 50 likes, I have a whole new bonus video to set live. So go ahead, do me a solid and press that button. That'd be nice.
Do it.
Also, subscribe, like, and comment. It's a really big help.
Hopefully it's not a video of you doing a solid. I think you might get kicked off of YouTube for that one. But yeah. You're like,
no
undo,
promises.
Control Z.
No promises. I still need to make that t-shirt at some stage.
Yes.
So yes, we also got some module-specific improvements. So F-16C Viper, numerous AN/AAQ-33 advanced targeting pod improvements and weapon integration fixes ensure more reliable AGM-65, GBU-24, and LGB employment. In the FA-18C, we got multi-sensor integration enhancements, bringing additional data link and AWACS track functionality. Juice UK. I'm not repeating that. H64D stability improvements for George AI, enhanced target reporting, and new total control keyboard profiles.
That's the little. What's that? Oh God, what's the bit now?
Tea Kettle Barbecue. So he knows that I have to repeat this one because it's a super chat. Thank you very, very much, Tea Kettle Barbecue. That's extremely kind of you. I've just done a solid. I'm going to give that a thumbs up because it deserves it. I actually can. Oh, it doesn't.
Oh. Does not let you as the owner.
I'm not allowed to thumbs it up, but as the broadcaster, I can hit heart.
You can like it. There you go.
Very nice. Welcome, Stuart McLean. Welcome to the stream. Corker 4. Whoop. Caught one near the start.
Yeah.
Samantha. Bunny. And I think, oh my God. Okay, thanks, dog. I'm not going to read chat if you're going to be like this. Deary me.
I think to get it back on the rails, I think is it Total Controls? Is that that's like a wing brand, isn't it? They've done a KDU. Am I right in thinking that? Or am I reading that wrong?
I don't know what that is.
A keyboard unit. What is? Yeah, because that's what I was trying to figure out. The Total Controls thing. Is it like a KU?
Could be. I have no idea. That would make sense, though.
Because at first I read that and I thought, ooh, Joan, you're just skimming. And I thought, oh, that's cool. As in, like, all the total controls for George are now being put into, like, keyboard profiles. So I thought, oh, they've added, like, individual binds for all this stuff. And I was like, actually, no, I read that wrong. So, I think it's a new gizmo. There's always gizmos coming out.
These damn kids. Okay, these guys created the MFD for the 64, says Juice UK.
There you go, then.
Very tasty. For the JF-17 Thunder, radar and HUD refinements and an updated RWR database. That's fantastic. Samantha, what do you mean not going to read chat? It's our job to roast you. True, sadly true. OH-58D Kaiwa Warrior, cockpit and menu fixes and crash prevention and multiplayer slot switching. MiG-21 BIS, improved kneeboard data organization for Cold War operations. F4U1D Corsair, multiple art corrections, sound adjustments, and the addition of a WEP master on-off switch. That's war emergency power. That's basically like afterburner for piston aircraft.
Yeah,
that's the melt my engine in the next 2 minutes button.
Yeah.
And then, for Flaming Cliffs, Su-33 gains new Iraq instant action missions and HS campaign refinements. So that's everything that we had in the update. We will take a quick look at the changelog to see if there's anything else we want to pick out of there. But first, Afghanistan development progress. The Afghanistan map received extensive terrain mesh, normal maps, vegetation, ground texture, and other terrain improvements. In addition to points of interest, areas around airfields, and urban areas, the entire map has received a significant improvement in accuracy and realism, including from lower altitudes. An important addition has been the inclusion of forward operating bases Clark, Gardez, Thunder, Tellier, Camp Dubs, Camp Julian. Additionally, the patrol bases of Kost and DCS combat outposts have been added. These are now highlighted in the mission editor and F10 map view with green triangles. I love the sound of Camp Dubs. I'm imagining, the Ibiza final boss guy with that bowl haircut. I'm imagining you go to Camp Dubs and it's him.
He's there. He's your ground guy. He comes in. He's got the light ones going in. Yeah, come over here. Go over there. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Tradin, do you guys think the Admiral Kuznetsov needs some updates for the supercarrier? Well, given that the real one is about to be scrapped, I was thinking about Kuznetsov recently, and I was like, should it actually be removed from the game? But that's unfair because, of course, we have. Oh no, what's the one that came with the Harrier again? The assault ship.
Tarawa.
The Tarawa, yeah, which of course no longer exists as well. Tarawa has been scrapped many moons ago. So yes, I guess Kuznetsov, it would be nice to see it get similar features. However, you would then need deck crew with Russian uniforms and such. So it's probably a bunch of work actually for ED to implement that.
Did it not get the actual carrier itself with? That got a visual update not all that long ago, didn't it?
It did. Actually, with Supercarrier. So with Supercarrier, Kuznetsov did get a big overhaul, but of course it doesn't have deck crew and the like. Yeah. Mr. Yeti, come on, peeps, 51 watching. Everyone hit the like and we'll get a bonus video. Yes, indeed. You're getting close. I read you at 30 likes as of just now. So, yes. Dead engines and rotting deck update. Nice. Yes. Yeah, exactly. The Kuznetsov should have a feature where it randomly catches fire.
Yeah.
Just to be realistic.
I'm pretty sure I remember hearing once that apparently that thing as well, when it was working, the engines, it was pumping out so much smoke that you could see it from like a mile away because of the engines and the plumes and stuff. Yeah.
It wasn't that long ago, well, probably like 10 years ago now, it transited the English Channel because it was on its way to like Syria or somewhere like that, I think. And it was like a smog cloud behind it because chat are going to tell me that I'm wrong now, but as I recall, it burns mazout, which is a very, very special kind of like, it's basically crude oil. It's not even diesel. So it's not really at all refined. It's this really thick, horrible crude oil, and that's what it burns. And its exhaust is completely toxic and actually very, very bad for the crew's health. So, good old Soviet engineering,
Yeah.
We're going to burn this horrible stuff because it's very, very cheap, and we have a lot of it.
Didn't didn't Ukraine have one and they sold it to? Is it China? They have one. And then they used that for training. Am I right? One of the
I have a vague. Well, Russia had two of these. And they sold the second one to either India or China. I forget which now.
Yeah.
I think it was India actually.
All right, yeah.
But yeah, I don't think Ukraine ever had one of these. But Ukraine did have one of the huge cruisers that the Soviets used to have, and they sold it to somebody because it was never finished. It was just like sitting in one of their ports, and they couldn't use it. Again, chat fact check me because I'm almost certainly wrong, but I know something like that.
Yeah.
Wow, chat is really going wild. I can't even keep up now. Oh yeah, Colin Kelly, add a tug for the Kuznetsov.
Funny.
Absolutely brilliant. Kerbal Cat, hello there. I'm back after making pasta without burning the kitchen down.
Progressing to 17. You're cooking more than I did when I was 17. I was rubbish.
This
I
just in: Kerbal Cat hasn't burnt down the house.
Yeah.
Nice. Anyway, let's continue. Other notable additions include the mausoleum of Ahmad Shah Durrani, I think I did rather well there, Kabul's National Assembly, the Babur Garden, and the Kabul National Stadium. Many of the air bases also saw substantial improvements with more small and large object details, improved texture and lighting, and corrections to ramp and taxiway positions and AI logic. For a more detailed video report, please watch Matt Wags Wagner's August 2025 update video, which we're going to do later. Absolutely brilliant. TKL Barbecue, construction of her sister ship Varyag was abandoned until 1998 when an independent Ukrainian sold the uncompleted ship to China for use as a floating casino. Wow. Okay, thanks for digging that one up, Tea Kettle Barbecue. Okay, I didn't realize that Ukraine ended up with it. I thought the Russians sold it. Huh,
yeah.
Interesting.
I remember it was something, I was mostly right. I didn't realize it was a floating casino. I think if I remember rightly, they used it to train for a bit, and I think they were using it as a reference for their own tech. You know, it's like a learning, like a physical specimen so they could learn things, and I think they were training bits so that then they made their own. But yeah, it's now, I think it's a casino or a museum now. It's really weird. Yeah, you can find it on Google Maps, I think you can look for it. I think you can find it.
Cool. Yeah, I think I saw like a YouTube video about this one time. I'd just forgotten. Cool, alrighty. Next, we have Currenthill Assets Pack. The free Currenthill assets bring a rich lineup of modern and Cold War ground units and aircraft. And in the first iteration, we got the FV-101 Scorpion, the FV-107 Scimitar, the T-90A main battle tank, the T-90M main battle tank, T-84 Oplot M MBT, T-64 BV 2016 MBT, the M1130 Striker, the MATV MRAP, the BMPT Terminator, which I don't think they really have any of those left now, but
no.
Maybe like a couple.
Yeah.
The 9K 720 Iskander. Wow, yes. They certainly have a few of those left, and they do like using them.
Yeah.
The M142 Gimlers, there's a bunch of those kicking around. M142 Attackums, Panzer S1, Tor M2, the TOS 1A MRL. I think that's the hyperbaric launcher, isn't it?
I think so, yeah. That's on that image there. I think, is that the thing next to the Terminator on the right?
Yes,
that thing there.
I believe that's the beastie.
Yeah, it looks like that thing there looks like something out of like Command and Conquer. I always think that one with the little rocket launcher on top.
Yes, actually, it totally does. Anyway, let's continue. The M1083 MTV truck, Iris T in various vehicle configurations. An updated TU-95. It's been a while. I think the one that we currently had in game was quite old. MI-28N Project 22160 patrol ship with Tor, and then one without. Each asset comes with high-resolution textures, LODs for both model and destroyed model, custom sounds, animations, summer, desert, and winter liveries, flare textures, encyclopedia entries, combined arms support except Tor M2 and Panzer sensor and weapon control. These new units are part of our ongoing mission to improve the DCS battlefield to facilitate the creation of engaging and realistic missions and campaigns. As always, your feedback plays a critical role in guiding our work.
So yeah, interesting. As to talk about Currenthill, I think I've talked about this before, and I keep whacking that bell, so to speak. I think this is a really good step in integrating some really cool mod development stuff, and it goes to show the quality of some of the what was a mod if it's being implemented in the game and looks as good as it does. The other thing I'd say is,
am I right in saying that the Currenthill was also involved in the Gripen flyable module? I kind of feel like
I saw something to do with the Gripen on there, because I had, speaking of which, I popped on his website to see what else is on there, because obviously we've got a list here and then he's got other things he's worked on. What's really cool is he's got some nice British assets as well. I mean, obviously we can see a Scorpion and a Scimitar.
He also has a Volvo Technical, which is the best thing I've ever seen in DCS.
Yeah. There's some other like little weird things in there as well, which is quite cool. But yeah, like to see like there's like a Challenger 2. I think he's even done a Challenger 3, whether we actually get that or not. But there's some cool stuff in there. But yeah, there was a Gripen, and I think you're right. I think we could be wrong, but I think he was involved in that. So
yeah, because there is a community mod where it's a Gripen using the JF-17 avionics, but they have a custom HUD and a custom cockpit. It actually looks really good, and I do believe Currenthill was involved in that, which is nice.
Yeah, no, and obviously the one big one I saw here which is really good, was the Mi-28 Havoc. Like that thing was looking a little bit not bad, but it was dated, but like the Bear, bit dated, and to see those two updated is really really cool. So this is just the first iteration. We're going to get loads more bits and pieces. And also the fact that a lot of this, it makes you wonder if. Because I didn't actually think that they would add this to Combined Arms, because there are actually quite a lot of units that don't necessarily work in Combined Arms or have like basic, very basic implementation. So to see that they have imported that to it and given it full support, I assume for the Tor M2 and the Pantsir, I assume you can control them, but it's probably it sounds like that's maybe got some basic.
I think there's some limitations there. So yeah, I don't think you're going to get full functionality.
Yeah, absolutely. But it would just be really cool. Oh, there you go.
There he is. There's the man himself, Currenthill. Hey guys, yes, I wrote code and worked on the 3D model for the Gripen mod. Congratulations. Hey. That's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, that's really awesome, dude. And stoked for you, by the way, to get this stuff in. I hope you got a nice bit of cheese or whatever it was for it, because this is absolutely fantastic work. And absolutely. I think it's well overdue that more mod makers like yourself get a lot of. I'm going to fight the corner of the mod makers, the people. I'm going to bully ED as much as I can to be like support them. And I would argue, I think, and this is how far I would go, is these newsletters are really cool. I think they should do a little section on like, if you've seen this mod, this is really cool. Even if it's little things like little tools or whatever. And
yes, we were saying this before. In fact, that there should be a community mod spotlight for exactly that reason. But
it doesn't have to be every
newsletter. Love your units, Currenthill. Love your units, and I'm so happy that they're in the core game now. That's amazing.
Yeah,
I'm hoping I know that you're a Swede. I hope they at least bought you fika. Anyway, moving on. We have, in fact, the update that we got this week. We got 2.9.19, which, as we saw in the newsletter, had quite a bunch of stuff. So yeah, we've now got the mission save state. They've added functionality to save all destroyed units. This was something they were talking about previously. We have all these AI updates and weapon updates that were mentioned in the newsletter, which is great. And yes, Currenthill asset pack, very, very tasty. F-16, of course, got these fixes to the targeting pod, which is great. FA-18, we've got the ability to designate an AWACS surveillance multi-sensor integration track file as the launch and steering or designated target 2. This is a work in progress with expected changes and improvements later. When finalized, an instructional video will be provided. And there are some known issues, unfortunately, but I'm guessing that this is a first pass, so they're going to work their way through these at some stage. But yeah, AIM-120 desync issues apparently being the top of the list here. Oh, here we go. Currenthill, thanks. The reason the Pantsir and Tor don't have player-controlled weapons are because of how the radar is implemented, but I'm currently rewriting the code. I hope for the next update to be able to. Wow. Okay, that is absolutely fantastic.
That's really cool, mate. That's absolutely fantastic.
Oh, here we go. Tog. Hint, hint, deep mod spotlight videos. I already did some, but I need to do some more.
We do. We need to have like, we've talked about this before. We keep going, we're going to do it. And then we keep forgetting. Like a module tracker, I think would be cool. And then we could probably do a little tag on that of like some major mods as well. So speaking of which, we'll get back to it. Maybe there's apparently a very good F-23 mod that's been released recently, which is based off the Black Widow. Do you remember that the F-22 was up against the F-23?
Yes. Yes.
So it's literally just come out just recently. So there's some really cool bits and pieces coming out. So yeah, I reckon we'll do a module tracker, but we'll probably do a mod tracker. I reckon also, I reckon there's a couple mods, not always, but this might be worth going back to them as well, because some of them I had some pretty Black Hawk, which hopefully soon, TM. 2 weeks, and then I think Indy might have said this in chat before. Apparently, the T45 has got a big old update as well.
I noted that there were more videos on YouTube about the T45, which makes me suspect it's had some love, because at one stage it sounded kind of like it was going to disappear. Sadly, it didn't sound like it was being actively developed, but then more recently it seems to have received some love. So I've never done a video on the T45. I need to get into that, because that's my kind of jam. Yeah. There's something else I was going to say. Oh yeah, please remember to subscribe, like, and comment. Also, I have a bonus video which will go live the moment we hit 50 likes on this stream. So hit that like button if you don't mind. Please and thank you.
Do it. Do it.
Yeah. So yeah, is there anything else interesting in the known issues here? It seems like fairly small things, so this is really nice to see. Sometimes the terrain avoidance mode was making funny shapes. They fixed that. And DTC countermeasures interval did not match the aircrafts. They fixed that, which is good to see. Yeah, Tech Gaming 45 saying the T45 is getting updates. Very excited to hear that. We talked about the Apache. That's pretty much the stuff from the newsletter. CH-47F added ground detent position on the thrust control lever. We got some small fixies here and there as well for that. Small fixies for the Mi-24. Some more small fixies for the Jeff, along with an update to the RWR database. Oh, Tea Kettle Barbecue is trying to break my voice. He has gifted 10 further Deepak's ground crew. Oh my, oh my, oh my. Yeah. Thank you so much. Tea Kettle Barbecue, you're really going for MVP here. This is amazing. This is like 30 sponsored memberships you've bought now for the channel. Thank you so much. That's amazing. Absolutely amazing. I don't know what to say. That's really great.
Just a quick question, just very, very quick before we get back into this. I'm just looking here. Is this all stackable, collapsible, like thing here, like for the known issues? Is this the first time we've seen this on a?
It's the first time I've noticed it.
Yeah.
I think it's new. Yeah, I think it's new.
Yeah. Because some more stuff.
The whole F4U thing is entirely collapsible.
It's really nice. That's a nice little touch. That. Anyway, sorry.
I appreciate it. It's nice. We're up at 43 likes. We're approaching the magical 50.
It's getting there.
Yeah. So yeah, Kaiwa Warrior, it got some updates. All digital data on the dash, detaching from the dash on nav setup has been fixed. Perf calc button requiring 2 button presses fixed. The hog menu, you can get an endless loop. It's fixed. Kind of smaller stuff, but a lot of really nice fixes here. Small fixes for the MiG-21, and then we've got a bunch of stuff for the F4U1D. I have to actually unfold it all because it's using this new feature. So this is kind of cool. This is actually mostly the stuff that was mentioned in the newsletter as well. What's going on here? What's chat saying? Conquer 4, they're deving the patch updates more than the game. That is unfair and not true.
How dare you, sir?
Collapsible menus for DCS 3.0. Excellent.
That's what we're actually getting. We're getting right now collapsible menus. So this is a what do you call it? A sneak peek into them.
Exactly. We then have updates to the Afghanistan map, which is in sections, and then a bunch of campaign updates. So that was everything for 2.9.19, which was released this week. So that leaves us with one last thing to take a kind of peek at, which I'm just going to queue up just now. Much excite. We did get a new video from Daddy Wags, which is very nice to see. And it's a format that I really like. I like when he does these update videos and he talks about kind of what's coming next. It's always really good to see. So more of this kind of thing, please. That'd be absolutely fantastic. So let's bring it up. Let's queue it up. And thanks to the new setup, I can now actually show this without losing John. And I'm going to pop on the closed captions because I'm not going to do the audio, so we can talk over the top of it without too much interference. But yeah, we've got Afghanistan East region, and he talks about a bunch of locations. We have beautiful views of the Afghanistan map running in the background here, which is great to see. Running all the way to the Afghan-Pakistan border. I've only flown the Afghanistan map once, so I need to like do a trial or something and fire it up sometime again. Because the time when I trialed it on the day of release, and unfortunately there was a terrain texture bug, which meant that everything was like, it looked like 16-bit textures or something. So I just gave up on it and then came, I was going to come back to it later. So yeah, I needed to give it another go because it was kind of broken when I was playing it.
It's looking really good. I tell you what, the bar is being constantly raised in general with a lot of these maps, whether it's Cola, whether it's Cold War Germany. Sinai raised the bar in many ways, and this is definitely doing the same. I think ED have probably looked at what those guys have done and gone, right, okay. I probably always had this in plan, but they're like, right, boys, kind of rolling up their sleeves, going, right, you can do that, but let's show you what we can do. But yeah, I think the issue, I think, like, I've flown on this like maybe twice, and that is the issue. Is it's like getting back to like the multiplayer and stuff. Is it's just having servers.
Sorry, there was one thing that I wanted to draw attention to here. I'm gonna have to actually play this back at like half speed or something. Take a look at the. I think it's the cameras that track the position of the helmet-mounted queuing system here in the MiG-29. I've never seen them modelled this nicely before. You see how they're spinning?
The only problem is we might be blocking it. I think me and you are hiding it.
Yes, we are. Okay, give me 1 sec. I can fix this. Let's see if I can
fix this.
I can fix this. I'm going to unlock myself, and I'm going to unlock you. Yeah. And can I multi-select with this? Yes, I can. Ho ho ho! Right,
there you go.
I'm going to temporarily put us on the other side. The technology. Watch this playback in slow motion, and look here. You just catch it. The animation of it has some kind of a like spinning camera. Well, I guess the camera's not spinning; it's like a spinning shutter, so that it can track the position of the helmet-mounted queuing system. I'm going to do that one more time because I love details like this. Look at the bottom right-hand corner. We also get a peek at the HUD. There.
Yeah.
That's the best we're going to get, I'm afraid. I'll put it back to normal playback speed, and I'll reposition me and John back where we're supposed to be and lock us up. There we go. Marvellous.
Yeah.
I'd love to see stuff like that.
It's really cool. I think the Car 50 does that when you turn on the little eyepiece, but is it the HMD? You'll see the little things in the HUD, they start spinning. I don't know if they're like as detailed as that, but they do that little thing. Because I always wondered what they were. I thought they were just like to kind of cool your face down. I thought it was like a little fan. And I realised, it's nice. It's to do with the little thing. Yeah, if you do it in the Car 50.
Queuing.
Yeah. It's really clever.
The aesthetic is all wrong. So yeah, they talk about the points of interest. This was also mentioned in the news. I say it's WAGs. So it's quite nice to actually see these locations depicted graphically. The Kabul National Stadium. Improved terrain textures around Kabul. This looks fantastic, actually. I want to grab this on trial and fly around it in the Kiowa.
Yeah.
This would be perfect.
As I was saying earlier on, it's such a great map, and it's just getting people to get on these maps now because we just need some servers and missions and stuff. This is this is really interesting.
Here we go. This is Loadmaster first person. This is very, very nice to see. Yeah, careful. Apparently, as the Loadmaster, you can walk into the props and you do die.
That's amazing.
So don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that. Yeah. Also worth mentioning the infantry walking around.
Yes.
They're not what's in the game. At least I don't think so. So that we got a little bit of a sneak peek of that.
Yeah, very, very nice. Jalalabad Airfield. This is the one where helicopters don't get stuck anymore. It's a very compact, actually. When you look at this, it's a very, very compact setup, this airfield. The ramps are so close to the runway. So no wonder helicopters were getting confused.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to check out these forward operating bases as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Conquer 4 asking the correct questions here. Is this synchronized? Is the Loadmaster synchronized? Because of course, your pilot body after you eject is not, which always made me sad. I always wanted that to be synchronized. Oh yeah, love to see a bit of wing flex in the F-16 and the pilot jiggling. I don't know if this is an edited helmet or not, or if it's one of the standard helmets. But check out the fact that he has nickname as a little sticker on his visor there. I like that. That's a nice detail. Probably
I saw
something
that
you
as
can fiddle with.
Yeah, I bet you it's something. It's a little like you can either type in something and it replaces it with like a pen font, or if you want to call it a pen typeface, or whether it's a little you can drop in a PNG or something and swap it out.
Well, many of the aircraft do have customizable helmets, so it's probably just a helmet texture. You probably need to retexture the whole thing. Ugh, graphics in DCS, you really can't argue with them. Yeah, that's what we're going to be doing next week, firing off a Maverick from an A10. And they're talking about improvements being made so that the dynamic campaign can be supported, which is really, really cool. Finalizing testing a system of distributing targets between ground units, both in attack and defense phases.
Yeah. So this is the thing he's talking about now, isn't it? So like it sounds like they were like, oh, initially we're going to do something relatively rudimentary, and then actually they've kind of looked at it and gone, no, we need to do something a lot more fleshed out, which is a good thing to hear, to be fair. Yes. And I guess the only thing we can really compare this to in recent years is probably, you hate to do it, but like it's the only key reference point we have is BMS. So that's what we're going to be looking at. Is how does it compare to Falcon BMS's dynamic campaign, and is it, in what ways is it going to be more detailed, less detailed, or all that kind of stuff. They've got a lot more to consider, I think, with DCS and how they make it work.
Yeah. Speaking of modules that I need to take another look at, the Chinook being another one. It's had a lot of development, especially recently. It's probably at the point now where I could actually start doing some tutorial videos on it, because I'm all about the avionics, and the Chinook is an avionics heavy beast. So I am looking forward to getting my teeth into that. But I don't know how complete it is at this point.
Yeah, I know there was a bunch of flight model stuff or like SCAS systems and stuff that they were updating, and I don't think it made the last patch. I remember them mentioning it a while back, but that's the big thing that they're updating, because that thing's got so many gizmos as far as how it can fly and hover modes and all that sort of stuff. So that was a big thing. I remember when I first got into it, the thing would love to lawn dart. I remember that's all it would do. You couldn't take your eyes off it for a second. It would just lawn dart. And then I flew it a little while back again, and I was like, oh, this is way better. It still feels a bit floaty. It's a bit weird, but then I don't know how much of that is me, and it's the fact that it's probably because it's a weird, weird helicopter. It doesn't fly like a normal helicopter. It's not your usual arrangement. So maybe I'm applying the wrong rules to it, but yeah.
B. Densom, forums are a chatter that the OH-58 will not ever have a trial or be available at a discount per Polychop. Does anyone have knowledge of this? I don't recall Polychop actually announcing anything to that degree. So I don't know is the honest answer.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately with any third party, I think they have say on whether they want to do a discount or not. It's pretty rare that a module goes into discount for the first year. Usually most modules won't or even especially third parties, they won't do a discount, and then you start to see discounts and then appear more on the sales and all that kind of stuff later on. I don't know what the rules. It seems straightforward to me or you that how hard is it to stick it on a trial or anything like that. But I have a suspicion there's certain machinations you have to sort out in the background, because when it comes to you get them, because what it effectively does, it gives you a temporary license and then you get it back. It sounds straightforward, but there might be some sort of stuff to do with business and finances. That
there may even be some DRM involved or something. I don't exactly know.
Yeah. So it's probably a bit more to it.
Yeah. Oh, actually, yeah. To answer Skykid, why don't they make an Mi-28 or a Sukhoi 30? Yeah, pretty much exactly that. Anything modern Russian is gonna be kind of impossible. I would suspect that's not going to happen.
Yeah. The best we might get is, I know there's a very good, looking at least, there's a very being fleshed out Car 52 mod, and I think it uses the base Car 50, and that thing looks fantastic. But there's that going on, and then yeah, you're gonna have trouble getting anything red for a while, especially helicopters, because they got a bit funny about. Didn't they get a bit weird about the the licensing for the Car 50 and all that sort of stuff, didn't they? Even the MI8 was
yeah,
right
but only within Russia, strangely. So
yeah.
they stopped the sale of the MI8, the K50. Maybe there's something else I can't quite remember, which is a bit weird, a bit strange. But yes.
Yeah, exactly. And Sky Kid, if you don't want the mod, that's fine. But you're not gonna get. I don't think you're gonna get anything else anytime soon from at least Red, from ED or anyone like that. They can't really touch these things. So yeah, it's just the way it's gonna go.
Yeah.
Car 50 is great though, and you got to be fair, the MI8, MI24, and the Car 50 are fantastic modules. They're some of the best implemented. There's lots of great stuff in there already. It's probably more up to date red helis than there is sort of the blue stuff, apart from the Apache. So
true. Fly the MI8. It's a good laugh.
Yeah, MI8's great. Yeah.
And I just happen to have a series of videos all about how to fly it correctly. We have in fact hit 50 likes, so I've now set the bonus video live. Thank you all very, very much for that. I appreciate it. And yes, that was the August update video from Matt Wagner. Go and check out his YouTube channel. It's a great source of fancy new stuff coming to DCS and how to operate it, which is great.
Yeah.
Conquer 4, the K50 is a banger.
It's an absolute banger. Yeah. No, another one is it'd be cool to get an A model Apache, and I wouldn't say it's impossible. I think the only issue is it too similar to the D? And I know not in a technical sense, but from a business sense, are you going to make a module which is an earlier version of the same thing in this short amount of time? They might do, because it is a very different beast. I think we'll probably see, and this is maybe my bias is shown, but I think we'll probably see something like a Cobra or Super Cobra before we see an A model Apache. But hey, man, it's not out of the impossibility. We've got multiple versions of the ME109, haven't we? We've got like a G model and what's the other one? D model or something? I can't remember. So we might get that, and the Fokker Wolf as well. I think we've got 2 models of that, haven't we? So it's not that out of possibilities, but yeah.
Oh, it's that Venom fellow. He just arrived to the party.
Just arrived out of nowhere. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Just as the Cobra's mentioned.
Yeah, exactly. Fantastic. Cool. Alrighty. Well, I'm going to take this opportunity, as I often do, to pimp the VAF. And I can even do it without John disappearing these days, which is amazing.
Hey. So
yes, the VAF, or the Virtual Air Force, is a virtual online squadron originally started by myself and Dot Chuckles many moons ago. We're normally flying on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays at around about 8 p.m. UK time. We're in EU time zones, and we currently have squadrons for the Harrier, the F-16, and the F-18. All are welcome to join. You'll find a Discord link in the show notes below. And we're always looking for, air traffic controllers, mission makers, scripters, pilots, admins, basically anyone who wants to come along and fly with us. Everybody's welcome in the Discord, whether you fly with us or not. So go ahead and click on that link below and join the VAF. Woohoo! Yeah, that's the VAF been pimped. I'm just going to quickly check in with chat and see what they're nattering on about. Golden Gnu, so excited we got news about the dynamic campaign, even though it's got the classic, it's taking longer than we anticipated in there somewhere. Yeah, that's always the case. Sky Kid, or the K-52 for X sharing the same cockpit and have Russian experiment in middle war field. I think there's a mod for the K-52 which looks amazing, but again I think when it comes to anything official and fully featured, we're not going to get basically anything since the formation of the current Russian Federation. You'll get Soviet stuff, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah, and it's not, people say, well, is it because they don't have access to the data? They probably do.
Probably do.
Yeah, it's just that you've got to be able to dot the I's and cross the T's and say where you got this from and not get sued or not get into any hot water. So I think there's in certain ways they just have to be a bit careful for what they do. But I think I think I would like to see some more stuff. And someone mentioned earlier on that probably the best places we're going to see stuff is like export models. So like I know that's how they've done the MiG-29, isn't it? They've used like a Czech or something, some other model or a Polish one or something.
There's two things that I want. Actually, three things that I want.
Go on.
Okay, so if it comes to modules, look elsewhere. Look elsewhere. British. Be nice to see some more British stuff. That's kind of hard, though, sadly, because of the MOD. French. I really appreciate French aircraft. We don't have a Mirage 3. We don't have Mirage 5. There's a lot of French stuff. A Rafale, maybe in the future, would be great. And China. There's so what about a J10? Wouldn't a J10 be amazing? Even their kind of more entry level stuff. It would be super, super cool. So it doesn't need to be Russian. Russia doesn't even make very good stuff.
No. You're just trying to trigger everyone now, aren't you? It's going to be people going, how dare you?
Well, okay, some of it's good, but a lot of it's kind of iffy.
Yeah, I think part of it was, and we've talked about this before, they had very good aircraft designers, but it was when it was implemented, wasn't it? Because in a day with the Soviet Union, it was so massive, and you had to get so many of these things out there. It was just like build them and get them out, build them and get them out. And I think if I remember rightly, I can never remember what aircraft it was, whether it was the 23 or the 29 or the 25. But I do remember someone saying like once they got their hands on it, the NATO or whoever, they kind of got their hands on these things, and they were like, they're actually really well developed and some really ingenious stuff. It was just the kind of the QA back then, at least in the Soviet stuff, the QA stuff was a bit interesting. And I think they remember saying like, if this had been built with those, not Westerns, not to say Westerns are great, but if it had been built with those materials, we could have had something really, really, crazy scary. I think there was a debate last week or week before. They said that they didn't have enough titanium for say like the 25 or whatever. Yeah, because it was needed elsewhere.
Somebody challenged me on that one, and I did double check. I fact checked myself there. It wasn't they didn't have enough titanium. It's that the titanium wasn't allowed to be used for that project. They had other consumers of titanium that had priority, so they couldn't get enough of it, basically.
Yeah, and even if we go into things like, I don't think you're going to see ED do any third gen stuff really. So it'd have to be a third party. But like even the MiG-21, if you look at an early MiG-21 to a very late 21, that's a hugely different
aircraft. Yeah,
exactly.
The late MiG-21s, they were still operating alongside the MiG-23s when the MiG-23 came out, because the 21s were still pretty good and they had a lot of them. So
exactly.
They didn't immediately get rid of them.
Yeah, so they could do some. If there's this leaning into, we've got a lot of Vietnam era stuff coming with like the Super Sabre, the F-104, the Sky Raider. We've obviously got the F-4. We might get another F-4 down the line. It'd be cool. You could easily do an early 21, couldn't you?
Yes.
That could be a great jet for it. We're getting a 17 soon. If I remember right, is it a P model? Red Star, I think.
That's right. Yeah, we're supposed to get that eventually.
Yeah, so we're going to get a bunch of that sort of stuff. We've also got the 19. Well, that's a bit iffy at the moment, obviously with recent developments. But yeah, you could basically have your NVA / Soviet lineup for a lot of the Vietnam stuff and late Cold War, mid Cold War. Yes. Obviously, I'd love to see. I think if we're going to get some red stuff, what we probably will see is probably export variants of things like a MiG-23. I'd love to see a MiG-25 would be really cool. Stuff like that would be cool, and then things like a Su-22 and stuff like that. There's loads of not obvious stuff, but yeah, it's cool. I don't get me wrong. I think anything added to the game, if it's going to be able, if a third party or ED are able to make money from it and people want it, why wouldn't you want to add it to the game? Because it just adds more variety, and even if you're not going to fly it, then someone else will, and then that means you get a bit more player base going in. So yeah.
Deca Ironworks J10 when?
Yeah.
Anyway.
yeah.
Actually, what I really want is Jaguar, but hey.
Yeah, I knew Jag would be great. I'd love a GR1 or a GR4. Is it GR4? No, GR3.
GR3.
Is GR1 or GE?
GR3.
Yeah,
nice.
and then I mean, obviously we're biased, but I'd love to see, like you said, with some more British stuff. Buccaneer would be fantastic. Late Buccaneer. It'd be great to get a UK Phantom, even if we get the J model, because then we can kind of role play a J, because we did have some J's, didn't we, if I remember rightly, to kind of pad out ones. They didn't have the Spey engines, but we still had the a bunch of those. I'd love to see obviously we're getting the Tonka, but it'd be cool if they, after they're done, is it Avia Storm? It'd be cool if they were to do a little like sub variant, which is like a GR1A or something with some British weapons and maybe the TIE Owl or something, and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it'd be cool to see some little other bits and pieces, which is British. Yeah, and a Jag. I mean, Jag could be rad, wouldn't it?
Absolutely. Cool. I think that's pretty much all the news we have for this week. But this chappie here has been John Bloor. You can go to twitch.tv/John Bloor and press the appropriate button to show him some love. John, what have you been doing this week?
I've been a very busy boy. I'm back on streaming again. Yeah. For ages and ages of sitting there telling people that I'm not doing anything. I'm now doing lots of stuff. So I have been working with the chaps at Shockfront Studios, who are the developers of Nuclear Option. Nuclear Option is a kind of a lighter sim compared to DCS. But it's actually very well put together, and the idea is basically something which is a near future kind of fictional world. So the aircraft, when you look at them, they kind of you'll see lots of visual references to things that like you'll kind of see one aircraft and it's maybe got like the wings of a frogfoot mixed with something else. That said, they're all beautifully designed, and for a little indie developer, the work that they've done with Nuclear Option has been really impressive. So what I've been doing for them, is I'm a graphic designer and an illustrator, and so what I've been doing is working on a new merch line for those guys. So I've been streaming the artwork I've been producing for that, and people can actually buy that merch from their merch store. But yeah, that's what we've been basically working on. And I stream that and have like a bit of a chat with everyone and just kind of enjoy myself, and people get to see me from the very start of when I work on a project to the end. So right now I'm working on a jet which is called the Ifrit in the game, and it looks basically like an F-23 meets an F-22 meets a Su-57 kind of thing. So I'm kind of capturing the vibe of that, and then once I've done this, there'll be one more, and then that's our first batch of designs. But there's 2 designs you can get already on their merch site. There's bits and pieces on there, and like I said, I've been working with those guys. They're really nice blokes. If you haven't seen Nuclear Option, take a peek at it. It may not be your thing, it may be your thing, but it's a nice little alternative to DCS if you fancy a bit of variety. And there's some really nice implementations. I think we've had a quick go on it, haven't we, Deep?
It's good fun.
It's really good fun. It's got some really cool little implementations. It's got stuff like jamming in it, really cool jamming stuff. It's got like a cool thing in the HUD when you get a missile coming in and you go to try and notch it. It will give you like a notch window, which is kind of cool on the thing. On the HUD, and what I was actually really impressed by was their the helicopter flight model is really impressive. I mean, maybe I'm biased, but I'd always think DCS's flight models for their helicopters are just some of the best. They just really are.
Oh, no, There's issues I anywhere, agree.
But nothing else comes close to it. But this is some of the best stuff I've seen outside of DCS. So yeah, that's what I've been doing basically. I don't work for them. As far as I'm biased, it's just I'm doing some artwork for them. But I've genuinely been really impressed by Nuclear Option. So yeah, it's been cool. Been doing that stuff, and I'll probably fly some of that soon as well. I'll actually play the game, and then also I'll probably get back on some DCS streams at some point real soon. So yeah, it's been cool.
Big shout out to Tech Gaming 45. He's apparently doing some work on a Buccaneer, so that sounds awesome. Very exciting. So
love a buck.
But post a link, Tech Gaming 45, and we'll check that out for sure. Please subscribe, like, and comment. It's a really big help to me and to the channel. If you want to further support the channel, you have the option of clicking the join button below and joining Deephack's ground crew. We've got a little Discord server where we hang out. We do flights together from time to time. And I also post things like my mission files and other bits and bobs in there. So well worth it. It's about the cost of a cup of coffee per month. I really appreciate those of you who've already supported me. Big shout out to Channel Right, JR Walker, Mr. Yeti, Sean IM81, John Bloor. Actually, I'm trying to figure out how to scroll this better. There we go. Tea Kettle Barbecue, Whiskey Dale, Stuart McLean, Mangash, Willow Wilson, Byron Farrow, Osprey, Snooblarin, Interesting Story, Frantic Stone, Buzzing Hornet, Laskin75, Thomas Votta, Daniel Cohen, Irish Pat 64, Viking Cat, Brent Clipperton, Big Dave, Vinny, Colonel Billington, Runoform, Jason Brown, Warrior 4588X, Gecko, Social Lubricant, what looks like something in Japanese. Sorry again, I don't know how to read Japanese. Devil Dog 69, Conrad Lawrence, Kalia Tontu, Carl Roberts, Paul Cope, Giles Peralt, Wesley Gomez, Thorne, Daniel Lauk, Desmond Guy, Bjorn Alenis, Clive Parrott, Nate, Mauricio Sipman, Jason O, Melwin, Luca, Alex, Solrak PR, Vitor Arbex, Dan Green, John Bradshaw, Arda Ozcan, Commander Stew, Beta Tooth, Marty Lumikuru, Colin Kelly, Conquer 4, Real Timer 3000, Sergeant O'Neill, Stu Martin, Alex Mortz, Hammy, Nathan Cooley, Lee Cushing, Jarda Troyan, Pink Floyd, Samantha, and Alice. Thank you, all of you. It's getting to be a long list, people.
Yeah.
Woo!
But I was chuckling to myself there because I said, at what point did we tell Deepak he's too popular to keep reading this?
Yeah. Madness. Absolute madness. Thank you very much, all of you, for your support. It's very much appreciated. I've been Deepak. Every Saturday at around about 6:30 p.m. UK time, I post a new tutorial video, currently doing a series all about the A10C2 tank killer. Next week, there's going to be a video all about the Maverick, and that's always followed by the DCS news, which just happens to be this thing, what you're watching right now. So, thank you everybody for watching. Fly safe, and I'll see you all next time. Ta-ta.